WBUR Podcast, Boston.
This is Up Next. I'm Tiziana Deering. We're going to take a quick trip down memory lane, Boston Market. Born Boston Chicken in Newton in 1985, last restaurant in Massachusetts closed last year, and the Boston Globe put out an article recently tracing the company's downfall, and that got us to thinking about what put the Boston in Boston Market and how the once great roast chicken chain actually changed how we eat. Joining us, Ken Reid, Massachusetts comedian and unofficial dean of Boston Nostalgia. Good morning.
Thank you. That's a great title. I'm going to get that. I need to get business cards put up there.
So, Boston Market, what's your
Yes.
visceral memory?
Boston Market was, people couldn't believe you could get like full roast dinners there at any time. The thing I have the most memory of was like, yeah, you get turkey dinner whenever. It's Thanksgiving all the time. Like, because it was stuff that like you couldn't cook on your own. But it was just people couldn't believe you could get like a relatively cheap, like full kind of cooked meal.
Yeah. So let's help people understand this. So this is sort of de rigueur now, right? But at the time, the idea that you could go in somewhere and order half a chicken and some green beans and some mac and cheese and some mashed potatoes like it was a fast food thing was just, it literally didn't exist until Boston Chicken, which became Boston Market when they added things like the turkey dinner.
Yeah, it was just the rotisserie chickens, which, yeah, to your point, everyone takes for granted now, like the Costco nobody cooked a rotisserie chicken. And you kind of couldn't even cook that at home.
Right.
So that's where they sort of made the name for themselves, where it was like, wow, this is like a whole meal that would take forever to cook, and you just pop in and it's hot and, you get it right there.
So it actually grew. So if the people sort of know the history here, 1985, it's founded. It grows in the 1990s, expands probably too fast.
Absolutely too fast. That was why they went bankrupt, really.
That's right.
A lot of local companies made that mistake.
Right. And then they went through a number of bankruptcies. At one point were bought out by someone who was sued more than 100 times for failure to pay contracts, that kind of thing.
McDonald's owned them at one point.
In 2000, McDonald's bought them, sold them in, I want to say 2007. So there is a business piece to this story. But did it impact Boston culture at all? Or did a Boston business just change the way we eat?
I think a little bit of both. It's probably a Boston business changed the way we eat in a lot of ways. And this is probably my age, but I very much associate Boston Chicken and Boston Market with college. Because you had people who were missing home and they wanted that kind of sense of something like that. So in that regard, I think so many people go through here and then spread out across the U.S. that it very likely influenced the rise of sort of rotisserie chickens at every supermarket chain in the world and that sort of thing. But it was kind of reflective of, especially when they moved to Boston Market and expanded, that sort of boomer generation, Gen X, 70s, 80s, blue collar, home cooked meal thing. So in that regard, not necessarily unique to Boston, but that sort of working class Northeast thing was kind of there.
So the next time you're standing in line at Costco and waiting for one of those rotisserie chickens to be done, know that a couple of founders in Newton in 1985 established your craving with Boston Chicken. Ken Reid is a local comedian and helps us think through our own nostalgia. Thanks, Ken.
Thank you for having me.